The Firefox logo isn't a fox. The first Apple logo isn't what you would think. Google rents out goats. The name for robot has dark origins. The first ever VCR was the size of a piano. Samsung is 38 years and 1 month older than Apple. The radio took 38 years to reach an audience of 50 million. Alexa is always listening to your conversations. People read faster or slower depending on what they read from. Steve Jobs used sleight of hand at the first iPhone presentation. The first alarm clock could only ring at one time. Computer Security Day is celebrated on November 30th. The first online gaming was before the year 2000. Nintendo didn't start as a video games company. Apollo 11 astronauts couldn't afford insurance. People are still using dial-up. Yahoo's original name was a mouthful. Everyone uses Google as a spell checker. The first word to ever be auto-corrected was Tay. Google searches hit the billions every month. There's a name for when you feel your phone vibrate, but it doesn't. Smoking will void your Apple warranty. Google's first tweet was gibberish. The first cell phone call was in New York City. The first commercial text message was sent in 1992. Over 6,000 new computer viruses are created and released every month. iPhones were almost in the shape of an apple. Comic Sans is the most hated font in the world. NASA's internet speed is 91 gigabytes per second. Nokia is the largest company from Finland. More people have cell phones than toilets. Mark Zuckerberg is colorblind. 40% of American couples meet online. Music content makes up 5% of YouTube. MySpace lost all of its content before 2016. Nearly 1/3 of divorces are because of Facebook. The first web page is still running. Some countries skipped the era of landlines. The passwords for the nuclear missiles were just a string of zeros. Over 90% of the world's currency is digital. Millions of hours of TV and movies are watched every day on Netflix. Technical degrees are almost useless by the time you graduate. Tech companies often test their products in New Zealand. There are fake Apple stores in China. Until 2010, carrier pigeons were faster than the internet. The first photo ever uploaded to the internet was a comedy band. Every advertisement for iPhones have 9:41 set as the time. A jiffy is a real measurement. An average 21-year-old has spent 5,000 hours playing video games. Most of today's successful companies started in garages. The 3 most common passwords are also the weakest. There wasn't an app store in the first iPhone. Digital music sales surpassed physical sales in 2014. The @ symbol was chosen kind of randomly. There is a machine that can predict heart attacks. There is also artificial intelligence that can predict epidemics. The Amazon's robot workers skyrocketed in less than 5 years. Digital tech is good for the environment. The average Facebook user has less than 200 friends. Google uses the same amount of energy as 200,000 homes. The first computer virus was harmless. There are only 21 million bitcoins that can be mined in total. Filipinos use social media more than Americans. Most of the purchases in China are done with mobile phones. Robot laws are being put into place. Millions of tons of technology are thrown out each year.